we're gonna talk about a little issue that's been occupying my mind for the past 10 days or so. And that is regarding Raraland, our offline event in 3 weeks. We're gonna have a $10,000 tournament there. You watch the qualifiers for a long, long time, spend over 4 weeks. And in the qualifier, we got an amazing lineup of players. We got Fortitude and Colorful, super happy to finally have Chinese players there. We also had Focus making it through. In the Western scene was obviously happy. It was Starbuck, it was DICE. Ruling is we all fly them in. We take care of their travel, we take care of their hotel. But obviously, due to the nature of the world, for some players it's a bit easier to come to Germany than it is for others. Some players can just come without any issues. For some players, it's a little bit harder. And some players need a visa. And for some players, that visa gets approved. And for some people, that visa doesn't get approved. And in this case, after 2 years, we unfortunately have a situation where a visa didn't get approved. And the visa didn't get approved for Happy. So he's always incredibly professional. He's applying for a visa as early as possible. He obviously knows how to do it. And he did it before. But this time it just wasn't approved. There's no reason for this. With visa, sometimes you gotta be a little bit lucky to just get it. So we did everything we could. He did everything he could. Invite letter, visa agencies. We talked to a lawyer about this. It's like, yo, visas are just getting denied for Russian citizens at the moment. One after the next. It's freaking impossible to get a visa due to maybe Euro and Olympics or whatever. Whatever the reason is, I don't know. And of course, the war might be there as well. We tried, because in Germany, you can get an esports visa for a tournament. We tried to look up for solutions there. No chance. And to reapply for a visa, that takes weeks. To get an appointment, it's weeks. And that's the situation. Funny thing is, DICE's visa got approved. DICE's visa got approved. And he's coming. So obviously, we had a spot left over. Or we have a spot left over. And we offered it to Hawk, because he was the 4th player in the qualifier. And he tried as well, but there was no way to get the visa done in time. And then obviously we would have had similar situations. Does the visa get approved, etc., etc. Flights are getting increasingly expensive, etc. So that is, let's be honest, it's freaking horrible. We were all very, very, very hyped to get 40 versus Happy on LAN in front of a crowd, and it's just not happening. Like, we tried so much, man. We were discussing everything with everyone, and it just didn't work. It's really sad, because Happy, when it comes to like offline performances, he's always professional. He's always approachable. It's just great to see people cheer for him or even against him. And of course, he's the best player. So obviously, it's a huge loss in player quality as well. So if we went down the list of players in the Western qualifier, it would have been Jens or Francis next. But let's be honest, both players are coming anyway. Francis and Jens will both be at the event. Francis got a ticket from Dark, and Jens had a crowdfunding and got a ticket from Pishna. So they're coming. So we thought, what can we freaking do to increase the quality of players at the event? And then we asked Sok, because Sok was 4th place in the Eastern qualifier. He's like, yo, I'm up for it, man. We're gonna have 4 players from Asia. in Fortitude, Colorful, Sock, and Focus, and 2 players from the Western qualifier in Dice and Starbuck. And then, of course, we have that huge open bracket. But yeah, that's the situation. There's nothing that can be done, really. Happy didn't get a visa. Hawk didn't have enough time to get a visa done. And instead, we get Sock, which is a lot more expensive than flying Happy in. But there's got to be a quality of players there, right? And Sock was the best player when it comes to quality. And it's also special. He was at Rara 1. Hell of a performance there. And yo, this will be a $10,000 tournament without Happy. Like, from what I've heard, just to get an appointment for a visa, you'd have to go through some websites that have bots that scrape these appointments and then sell them or something. It's freaking wild. And yeah, to even get an appointment and then to have it done in time, plus the increased travel cost due to booking flights so late is rough. So that's the thing. So yeah, the best undead at Raraland is gonna be Edo. Isn't that crazy?